This week, we'll round out our surface plot by adding sky cover and altimeter to our plot. Find out how on this week's MetPy Monday. Hello, I'm John Lehman, a software engineer for Unidata. This week we're going to wrap up our basic declarative surface plotting series, so if you haven't watched the previous two videos, I encourage you to go back and do that so you can get to the point where we are now. A quick recap though. We're using Siphon to access a threads catalog which has text METAR data. We're then downloading the most recent file and using MetPy's parse METAR file from the I/O module. We're able to parse that file and get a pandas data frame. We're then using the declarative interface, which we import using the star import syntax for convenience. And then we're doing some basic conversions. So if you remember, the data frame that's produced from the parse METAR file has a units attribute. And we said, well, we need to convert the temperature from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit because that's how we're used to looking at these plots in North America. What we didn't do last week was also do that for dew point. So looking at the map that we produced, it was a little odd. We had things like 73 over -3 for a temperature dew point ob, and that didn't really make sense. So now here we fix that by doing the same line, just on the dew point temperature. In our declarative plot, we are first creating an instance of plot obs. So remember, we start small with the things that are going to go into the plot, such as observations or contours or image plots. And then we put those inside a map panel that we create, since we're doing georeference things mostly. And then we put that panel inside a panel container. So plots go in a panel container. We're specifying some things on how we want to plot this data here. We give it our data frame df as the data, the time being now, no level since these are surface obs. We were plotting temperature and dew point temperature, and we were plotting those to the northwest and southwest positions on our station plot in red and green and not doing any fancy formatting to them. We were also plotting wind barbs using the vector field attribute with east wind and northward wind components. And then reduce points is a way that we can thin out the surface stations if they're too thick. So we could set this to a value like 1 or 2 or so on to trim down that map. We're setting our map panel area to be centered on Kansas. And this is a plot Curie projection. We put coastline borders and states on. And you can set this to any of the geographic codes that were used in GEMPAC. So 2-letter state abbreviations, or many other codes. There's a list of them several MetPy Mondays back. And I just picked somewhere where I thought we might see something interesting. And finally, we put those panels, in this case just one, inside a panel container to get this plot. The first thing that I'm going to do is add altimeter setting. So this is a little bit tricky because, well, let's look and see what the units are. df.units. We go down to altimeter, inches of mercury. Okay, well that doesn't quite tell me what I want to know yet. I want to remind myself what these observations look like and then think about what a normal surface chart looks like. So I'm going to use the describe method. So on my data frame, on the altimeter data series, I'm going to call .describe. And this will give me some little statistics here. A little over 8,000 observations. There's a mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and some quartiles. So these are things that are in the range of high 20s to 30s inches of mercury. But if I think back to a surface chart, I'm used to seeing 3 digits, and it would be something like 306 for that maximum. So I would multiply by 10, and then just take the last 3 digits of that result. So instead of 306.2 after I multiply by 10, I just want 306, just that integer part. So how might we do that? Well, I'm going to insert a couple of cells here, and let's play around and figure that out. I might use the format method This would be something like you would do in an F string, a formatted string, or when you're modifying how a variable is printed out in a print statement. But we can call format directly. And I'm going to take just that maximum value of 30.62. I'm going to multiply it by 10. So what does that give me? 306.2. Nothing special. But then we can specify that format string with something like 0.0f, saying I don't want anything after the decimal point of this floating number. That just gives me 306. And if we want to be belt and suspenders, this is not a realistic observation, but something like that could creep in, and I would just still want the last 3 digits. So I could follow that up with something like -3 colon. So this is a slice that takes the last 3 things in any iterable thing. 306. So that's how I would do it on one of these. But how am I going to do it on many? Well, we could go through and modify them in the data frame, sure, but we can do a little bit better by specifying this in the formats attribute of our plot obs. And to do that, we're going to use a lambda function. These are also known as anonymous functions in other languages, and we've talked about them before in MetPy Mondays. They're really pretty simple to use, but if you need a refresher, I encourage you to go back and look at some of those videos. So let's go down here to our plot obs, and we're just going to read down and think about what we need to do. I don't need to change the data frame, or the date time, or the level. Those are all the exact same. For fields, I need to add a field. The field that I'm going to add is called Altimeter. It's just the name of that data series. Location. Where do I want to plot this? Well, traditionally this is plotted in the northeast section of a surface plot. Colors. What color do I want it to be? I'm going to make it black, though you could set it to any color you want. Now, we need to add, for all of these things that are lists of properties like fields, locations, colors, and formats, you need to make sure you have an entry for everything, every field. So we can't just not specify a color. We need to have the same length for all of these lists. And now formats. So formats can be a function or a predefined name, as we'll see later on, that tells the plotter, the declarative plotting interface, how we want to deal with this. In this case, I'm going to use a lambda function, which takes some value v, we could call it anything, and then calls that format command that we wrote up above. So 10 times, and now v instead of 30.6. And we specify our format string, which is 0.0f. And then my slice, which is -3. Okay, we don't need to modify a vector field or reduce points. So let's go ahead and run this cell and see what happens. And there we go. So now we have altimeter settings that look pretty reasonable to me. You could, if you wanted to make sure that this is doing exactly what you thought. It's always a good idea to verify. You can cut this out, replace it with none, and see what happens. This is a really handy way that you can specify your own formatters. Or you could even pass it a function name if you didn't want to use lambdas, or you could pass it a name from something in another library, MetPy or otherwise. So here we're getting a truncated floating point. So all these values are just 30, not a very useful plot. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that formatter so that we get sensible altimeter readings, or something that we can see the contrast in. Yeah, there we go. So we've got lots of 297s, 298. There's not a lot of variation across the map, but we can see a little bit now. All right, so cloud coverage. That's the last thing that we're really missing to make this a complete surface plot. If we go back up here and look at cloud coverage, it says it has no units. Well, we might have an inkling as to what that unit is, but I want to verify. So I'm going to use describe again on cloud coverage. So we see a mean of 5.8, standard deviation of 3.5, minimum of 0, maximum of 10. The quartiles, the 50th and 80 or 75th percent, are both 8. So to me, this looks like octets, which is a rather interesting way that we specify cloud cover. How many eighths of the sky are covered? 9 indicating that the sky is obscured from view, and 10 indicating a missing value. So that makes sense with what we've got here. So we now know that these are octets, which is what are required for plot obs natively, so we don't have to do any fancy manipulation. Describe is a really handy way to figure out what you've got your hands on in terms of data. So let's do the same exercise. Data, time, and level don't change. For fields, now we need to add the name of the data series, cloud coverage. We need to add a location. This is traditionally plotted in the center where the circle for no wind would be as well. What color are we going to plot it? Well, it's going to be a filled section. I'm going to plot it black. That is the traditional plotting. And then the format. So in this case, we're going to use the sky cover symbols that are in MetPy. We don't need to touch vector field, and we don't need to touch reduce points. So I'm going to go ahead and run this plot. And what we should see are the cloud coverage symbols that we expect in octets. Yeah, there we go. So we've got very cloudy conditions up here, a missing ob there and there, clear, very cloudy down here, partly cloudy. So this appears like it is working as we would expect. You can always go back and manipulate this, change positions, change colors, change formatting to get it to look exactly like you want. The one thing I would probably do here is reduce the number of points a little bit. This is rather dense for my liking. So I'm going to change reduce points to 1. And we'll see what result we get there. So now that is very evenly spaced. So we're doing that, taking a station, making sure there are no points that plot within a given radius of it. That's not too bad. That's maybe a little too sparse. So let's try somewhere in the middle, maybe 0.5. Yeah, that's about right for my taste. So here we've got a surface plot that's got temperature, dew point, altimeter, wind, speed and direction, and sky cover all plotted for only a few lines of Python code. And that's not including getting the data, which is just a few more. So I hope that you make use of this declarative plotting interface. This would have taken many more lines and have been a lot more difficult without it. I hope that you found this useful, and I'll see you on next week's MetPy Monday.